And today we are here for BHD story time. Yeah. I'll be right back. Let me get some light. Go ahead and pile in. I've got a ton of story times to tell you guys today. Oh, great googa mugga. I've got some good ones for y'all. That is better. That's far better. What it is, guys? It's your boy BlastphamousHD, and today we are here for BHD story time. All right, so this story time is about the time that I got robbed by my own homie when I was but a small children. You know what I'm saying? What it is, chat? What's up? All right, so I want you guys to type a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear and see me. Type a 2 in the chat if you guys cannot hear or see me at all. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I was about 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? I was still living in Cleveland, Ohio. I was young, super duper young. You know what I'm saying? 13 years old. Now, back then, whenever I would hang out with my homeboys, I would usually hang out at the park. You know what I'm saying? Type a 1 in the chat if you guys ever used to kick it at the park or still do. Type a 2 in the chat if you've never kicked it at a park. You know what I'm saying? So, we go to kick it at a park, you know what I'm saying? When we do go to kick it at a park, when I was younger, we would always get snacks. You know what I'm saying? We end up hitting up the 7-Eleven. That's like right across the street from the basketball courts at the park. You know what I'm saying? So after we get done getting soda, we get juices, we get drinks, we come out, you know what I'm saying? We hit up the park. Now, my homeboy had told me that he wanted to play Halo with me. And if you guys know anything about me, you guys know that my favorite video game to play as a children was Halo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kicking it with the homie, man. We all playing basketball. While we're playing basketball, you know what I'm saying, the game gets super duper heated. After we get done playing, we all decide to go to the homie's crib to play video games, you know, namely my game Halo. So we pack everything up. We head over to the homie's crib that was really close to the park. You know what I'm saying? We get over there, and as we get to the homie's crib, you know what I'm saying, I realize that my Halo game is gone. You know what I'm saying? It's gone. Like, you know what I mean? Didn't make any freaking sense. What's up, Tyrese? You know what I'm saying? Yo, you guys want animated BHD story times, yo? Understandable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys don't want to know how much it costs to make those mugs. All right, so with that being said, we're kicking it at the homie's crib. And when we get there, like I said, I found out that my video game was gone, my game of Halo. So since my game of Halo was gone, I started thinking back to anybody who could have like ended up having it, you know what I'm saying, based on who was closest to the game, who was hanging out with me the most when I had the game. And we're gonna call the guy that was closest to it, we're gonna call him Robert. You know what I'm saying? Robert. Oh boy, Robert. What's up, Serge? Yo, what's up, King Drew? Yo, what's up, you guys? Oh man, I forgot to put the links into the doobity-doo. You know what I'm saying? All right, so after I finish this story, I'm gonna put the super chat links into the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be reminding me when I forget. Now, oh yeah. All right, you guys, so type a 2 in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear the audio and the audio is good. Type a 2 in the chat if you cannot hear the audio and the audio is bad. You know what I'm saying? So, I go to Robert and I ask him if he has my game. And Robert tells me, no, I don't have your game at all. So I'm like, the fuck? Okay, I mean, now up to that point, I knew that he had my freaking game. So I go home and I get up like $150 worth of video games, the PlayStation 1 games that I had. I put them all inside my backpack. and I gets the trucking back up to the freaking park. You know what I mean? Because I know they're all still there. So I go back up to the park, and I take my whole backpack, and I tell Robert, I'm like, yo, let's play a one-on-one game of basketball. He's like, all right, cool. So we start playing basketball and whatnot. Tell me why, while we playing basketball, I tell homie, I'm like, yo, we should, I'm trying to like, buy some games. Do you have any games you're selling? He's like, yeah, I got a ton of games to sell. Now, I already knew Robert was he was a hustler type of dude. So I already knew he was going to be down to buy some freaking games. So tell me why, I wait till he mentions the seventh game. He's like, oh, I got 007. I'm trying to sell that. I'm like, yo, I've been looking for that game for the longest time. Like, how much you selling it for? He's like, yo, I'll sell it to you for $70. So I'm like, $70, bro, that's what's up. He's like, yo, show me the money. So I had like $100 on me. I show him, I pull out 70 at 100. I show it to him. He's like, yo, okay, cool. Follow me to my house, right? Now, mind you, up to this point, I knew that homie had stole my video game. I knew for a fact. So while I'm on my way to homie's crib, so I'm plotting in my mind of, what I'm gonna do when I see that he has my game. You know what I'm saying? So we finally get to his crib, and when we get there, homie, like, he's just like, yo, all right, so let me get the $70 so, I can, sell you the game. And I'm like, look, bro, I just changed up the whole vibe. I'm like, look, bro, I know that you have my video games. I know that you got all my games in your house. I know that you got my Halo. I know that you got my Halo game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna need you to go upstairs and grab my Halo game for me. And he's like, what? I don't have the game. So I basically had to threaten to step on his feet and then push him over. You know what I'm saying? For him to go in the crib. He's like, look, I'll go in the house and get your game. Okay, I do have it. But you guys promise me that you're not gonna whoop me and beat me up when I go in the crib and get the game. I'm like, you got my word, man. I ain't gonna beat you up. You know what I'm saying? Just go get my game. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. So he goes into the crib and he comes back, of course, with my video game. You know what I'm saying? He gives me my game and then he starts trying to shame me and stuff. And I'm just, I'm just like, bro, I just turn around, roll out, leave. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that is not that's one of the first times, the very first time I ever got robbed for one of my video games, man. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm saying, all right, hold up, I'm gonna bring you guys over. First time I ever got robbed for like a video game, you know what I'm saying, was when I was living at Joshua Village Projects. Yeah, Joshua Village Projects, of course, considering it is the projects, I don't know why I expected anything different. You know what I mean? Now, back then, we had the security guard, to which case we all had nicknamed Top Flight. You know what I'm saying? Top Flight Security, because for some reason he cared so much about his job, he was willing to get shot over it. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? BlastphamousHD is extremely allergic to bullet wounds, to the point whereas I'm not jumping in the middle to get shot up for Nathan. You know what I'm saying? Now, homeboy, his name was Top Flight. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Like, yeah, Top Flight kind of made a mistake. See, Top Flight had a problem. Top Flight problem was, you know what I'm saying, since he was always like woofing and, like acting like he was hard and stuff, you know what I'm saying, since he was security guard, Top Flight ended up getting shot about a good, he ended up getting shot about 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Top Flight pulled through, you know what I mean? He ended up making it, luckily enough. But, he learned a valuable lesson about jumping into other people's beef. He had ended up, so get this is all he did that ended up getting him shot. He ended up telling people to turn their music down. You know what I'm saying? That was literally it. You know what I'm saying? He literally just told people to turn their music down. And weirdly enough, if any of you guys have ever lived in the projects, you guys will know. You know what I'm saying? Telling people to turn their music down in the projects is, I don't know why. I don't know why they take it so seriously. but it's like a slap in the face or something. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you guys a time where I almost got robbed, and it had the nerve to be during a date. You know what I'm saying? Tinder is scarier than you would think. Like, bro. Okay, so, yo, my big fuzzy nuts. Yo, W's in the chat to my big fuzzy nuts. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She became another member. She became a member in the last stream, and I did not see it. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to my big fuzzy nuts. You know what I'm saying? Swear to God, I'm not talking about my balls. You know what I'm saying? Yo. All right, y'all. Type of one in the chat if you guys can see and hear everything in the stream. Type of two in the chat if you can't see or hear any of this. Like, it is all everywhere. You know, it's all up, down, left, forward. You know what I mean? All right, you guys. We just got the links off up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right, guys, we just got the links up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So, if that way, if anyone sends anything through, you know what I'm saying? It goes, you know what I mean? If you guys send anything through the tip jar, it goes directly to your boys. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right, yo. So, we just got done with the last music video. You know what I'm saying? With the Outlast music video that we raised super chat to grab. You know what I'm saying? To get finished and whatnot. My editors just sent it back to me. It is done. The editors have been paid. You know what I'm saying? And that mug is laid. So with that being said, type of one in the chat if the next thing you guys want to raise super chat towards is our BHD animated story times. Type of two in the chat. The next thing you guys want to raise super chat towards is the next Outlast music video or the next the next Young Child Support song. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. Studio time. Oh my God, dude. I've got stories about going to the studio. Y'all know my entire first album? You know what I'm saying? My entire first album, this dude tried to hold it hostage. So one of you guys earlier today, you guys asked for like a story about a dude that was trying to talk to me and whatnot. So you guys might not know this because he wasn't on camera a whole bunch, but I had this assistant. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna say his name is Tommy, right? So Tommy was my assistant, you know what I'm saying? And he like helped orchestrate me going to the studio. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that I was there. You know what I mean? I wrote all the songs. I did everything else. He just made sure I was there. Turns out it was like an entire freaking operation. Like he had hired one of his friends on my dime for him to come through and him to like help produce some freaking albums or whatever. He would basically sit in there and do this. I swear to God, he was sitting there and do this and act like, like he was giving real direction to the instruments. Come to find out, he was just robbing my black ass. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the times that we technically got robbed. You know what I'm saying? We got robbed. So, because what had happened was, that dude, he was freaking, he was coming around and, he was just like, yo, I really like the fact that you're working towards something, that you're an honest black man and you're out here making cartoons and teaching people stuff. So I just want to help you get to where you want to get to. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm thinking it's all good in the hood. I'm thinking it's a good look. I'm thinking it's all going the right way. You know what I'm saying? Tell me why. Homie has the nerve to, after I get finished with the entire album, you know what I'm saying? I did it all, you know what I'm saying? We spent all our own money, you know what I'm saying? It was all done in-house, but we paid for time at the studio the same way, like we're gonna do if we go for more music, because, you know what I mean? It's very important to get it done in the studio. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? After all of the album got done, right? Like, I'm already getting ready to put the music out, but unfortunately he had all the masters, right? Since he was the one helping facilitate me going to the studio, he had all of the final like tracks or whatever, like, that showed that, when they're done and whatnot. Tell me why. Homie Homie one day comes over, right? And he's like, yo, we gotta talk. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, what you want to talk about? Homie's like, yo, you know, I'm gonna tell you this story of something that happened to me when I was doing music. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, that sounds like a good idea. And well, sure, I'm down to listen to a story. I shit you not. Homie pulls me aside and he tells me, he's like, yo, well, when I was doing music, I finished my whole first album and did the whole thing, got it all done. And, you know, the dude who helped produce the music and, you know, who helped me get into the studio, all of that stuff, he pulls me into his room. He pulled me into his office and tells me, like, yo, you know, like, man, you know, he closed the door and stuff. He starts talking to him, offers him a drink. And then after all that, you know, he pulls him aside and he's like, yo, you know, just to let you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you want your album, and he said this was his exact words, right? And he looks me dead in my face when he says this to me, but he's saying it to me in a way as to whereas I'm thinking that he's talking about this happening to him and not him doing this to me. He looks me dead in my face and he tells me, he's like, yo, if you want your album, I'm gonna need a piece of that ass. And again, I'm thinking that he's talking about this is what his producer said to him, right? I'm in no way, shape, or form ever thinking that this is something that would be said to me. So when he says this to me, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like some prison Fleece Johnson type shit to me. So I'm just like, oh shit. So I'm just like, so then he looks at me and he says, yo, so what would you do if the person who had all of your music came up to you and told you that straight to your face? He says this to me, right? Now, in a way right there, he's letting me know that this is a real question he has for me, right? That he's really on that, you know, androgynous type stuff, right? That he's with me, he likes dudes or whatever, right? But again, I'm not thinking that this is a situation that can never freaking happen. I'm thinking that, bro, like, he's got to be joking. There's no way in hell that this is a real situation, right? So he says to me, again, he's like, yo, so like, what would you do in that situation if you were the guy that, you know, the person was trying to get to, you know, give up their cheeks for their own music? So I told the guy, I answered truthfully because, again, I thought this was a hypothetical. I answered very truthfully and I let him know. I'm like, well, I would more than likely break his legs, you know, and then wait 6 months until he healed up and then break his legs like every 6 months, pretty much. Just, you know what I mean? Because I told him, I was like, because obviously if this guy has all my music, I obviously know where he lives, right? And if I know where he lives, then, you know, I can just go over there and just, you know, give him enough pain as to where does he just give me my stuff after long enough. And the dude, you know, he looks a bit, he gets taken aback by like when I told that to him, and then he just changed the subject and we start talking about something else. So when he changed the subject and we start talking about something else, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the day finishes, everything's cool. Next day, I see him, he brings me all of my masters. I don't know. I suppose he believed me. I don't know, man. I don't know what he was planning, but this was way before Diddy, you know, came out. That I didn't even know people could do stuff like this to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful if you get into the music industry, guys and girls. You know what I mean? Like, be very careful, yo. You know what I'm saying? Be very careful. Yeah, I mean, for real, for real. See, yo, what's up, yo? What's good? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm glad you guys are chilling in the comment section, man. Hope you guys are having a productive day. I'm just getting a quick little workout in, you know what I'm saying? Telling some stories real fast, you know what I'm saying? We about to jump back into another one. I'm about to tell you guys the story of when I got robbed off of my Tinder. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. All right, y'all. Yo. So, yo, it's type of one in the chat. If once we reach the super chat milestone, you guys want me to tell you guys a super crazy story. Yeah. Type a 2 in the chat. If once we reach the super chat milestone, you guys want me to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Do a flip. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Nah, no flips. Because we upstairs. No flips. Yo, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys want me to tell you guys a super crazy story once we reach the super chat milestone. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want me to, if you guys want me to do a bunch of push-ups once we reach the super chat milestone. People are saying 2s for anyway. Yeah? Alright, so once we reach the super chat milestone, which is 50 in super chat, everything going towards making our next young child support track. You know what I'm saying? Making our next young child support music. You know what I'm saying? I will, I got y'all. Alright, so with that being said, next story. So, I had, I was talking to this girl off of Tinder, right? Type of 1 in the chat. Oh, snap, never mind. Yeah, not going to do that until you guys are done with the current 1s and 2s. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Do I have any kids? Nah, I don't have any kids. Well, I have a ton of kids, but they're all imaginary. I don't really have any kids like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up. So, yo, all right, so now, type of 1 in the chat if you guys have ever dated on Tinder. Like, if you guys have ever done any online dating, type of 1 in the chat. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys have never done online dating. You know what I'm saying? You guys are like, you know what? Online dating is like a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's hella crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dating game nowadays is wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been too much for online dating, but I did try it a little bit. Now, this is one thing that happened when I was online dating. Tell me why. I'm going to read you guys' comments. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Sav? What's up, Clorox? What's up, Brianna Hall? What's up, Bobby's Crew? What's up, Kylo? What's up, Majestic? What's up, Outer Post? What's up, Akari? What's up, Matt? What's up, Jada Ring? What's up, Lil Baby? What's up, Zender? What's up, Brehan Sutton? What's up, Justin? What's up, D? What's up, yo? Yeah. Checking out the gaming chat. Yo, what's up, Angelina? Facebook dating. I think everyone's done a little bit of Facebook dating. Yo, what's up, County Bumpkin? What's up, that one kid? What's up, Bob Tush? Yo, what's up, Just Cam? What's up, Jax? What's up, Matthew Smith? Yo, what's up, AC3? What's up, Rerd? What's up, Surge? What's up, Zando Gaming? What's up, AC3? What's up, Jacob? Yo, what's up, GFSS? Yo, what's up, some random guy? What's up, wrong guy? All right, y'all. It's good to see you guys up in the chat, man. Got you guys coming up fresh. All right, so peep game, right? So, I had met this girl online. She told me a bunch of nasty stuff, right? This story is not going to be nasty. Not going to say nothing super jarring. So, I met this girl online, and I'm talking to her for a little bit, maybe like a week or so, and she's telling me she wants to hang out, right? She wants to meet up, and she wants to, connect in a very special type of way, right? So she asked me, so, let's meet up in a couple of nights, you know what I'm saying? So I wait a couple of nights. It comes the night that we're supposed to meet up, and I'm like, yo, let's meet up at the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Because, you guys might be wondering, well, why didn't you bring her back to your house? You know what I'm saying? And that's because I didn't really know her like that. You know what I'm saying? I had just met her online. So I want to kick it with her, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to bring her to my crib because I didn't really know her like that yet. So I bring baby girl, you know what I'm saying? I go and I get this hotel room. This really nice hotel room that's in the worst part of Vegas. If you guys do never get a hotel room in you know what I'm saying, across the street from the Luxor, pretty much. So I go get this motel room across the street from the Luxor. You know what I mean? The room, I went and got a suite, the biggest room they had, and it was $300 freaking bucks, right? So I go into the room, You know what I'm saying? And I'm waiting for the chick. We agreed to meet up at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So I get there at 7:30. I'm waiting inside the hotel room. And this woman shows up promptly 6 hours late. 6 hours late. Type of one in the chat if you guys have ever been on a date and the girl showed up super duper late. Type of two in the chat if you guys have ever been on a date. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you guys have never been on a date where the girl showed up super duper late. So, baby girl shows up super freaking late. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, when she gets there, you know, I was already up in the room. I was working out. I was playing with my nunchucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping everything copacetic. Yo, J-Rock. W's in the chat for J-Rock, bro. Thank you for the dollar and super chat, Brody. W's in the chat for J-Rock, homie. Yeah, hey, J-Rock, bros, where you from? Hope you had a productive day out this mug. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 40 minutes late is pretty freaking late. But this woman was freaking 6 hours late. Good Lord. Good grief, man. 6 hours late. Bro, the room didn't have a television in it. You know what I'm saying? The room, this motel was run down, people. Like the roaches probably had roaches on their roaches. Like it was no bueno. You know what I mean, people? So when I was up in there, one probably would ask, well, what would you do to occupy yourself for that long? I freaking played video games on my phone and I worked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I did a bunch of push-ups in that mug. I did at least 6 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Did a whole bunch of working out, played with my nunchucks a whole freaking bunch. So I'm up in there waiting, and finally, after 6 hours waiting, god damn, the doorbell rings. I open up the freaking door, and it's this female. Like, she was bad too. She was Asian, she was attractive. Now, she was a catfish as well. You know what I'm saying? Baby girl was about 40 pounds lighter, you know, in her picture. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she definitely put on a shit ton of pounds before she got to the room. But, you know, I figured, you know, it's close enough. You know what I'm saying? At least she didn't show up as a guy. At least she didn't show up as a dude. With that being said, you know, I invite her into the room. She comes into the room. And the first thing she says to me like, hey, so what you want to do to me? You know what I mean? And I say to her, you know, unfortunately for me, you know, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I made the first of many mistakes when I was talking to this girl. Yo, Aviator Justin, thank you for the 5 in super chat, Brody. Yo, W's in the chat for Aviator Justin. Yo, W's in the chat for Aviator Justin, men. You know what I'm saying? We are 44 away from the next super chat milestones, yo. Hey, this is Justin's car reviews. Yo, it's good to see you, my guy. Yo, hope you're having a productive day, Aviator Justin. Yo, I've got a new channel name. Here's some Cheeto money. Yo, W's in the chat, man. Make sure to go check out, you know what I mean, Aviator Justin. You know what I'm saying? Car reviews are like one of the biggest things on YouTube, for real, for real. So, with that being said, I want to make sure that I didn't miss any of you guys' chats or anything. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, type a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear everything that I am saying. Type a 2 in the chat if y'all can't hear none of this. But W's in the chat to Aviator Justin and J-Rock, bros. W's in the chat to J-Rock, bros. W's in the chat to Aviator Justin. All right, so, PK. You know what I'm saying? So I get up in this room. You know what I'm saying? The girl's up in the room. You know, she asked me, what do you want to do to me? And I made the mistake of telling her the truth. I don't know why it wasn't good that I told her the truth, but apparently it wasn't good that we told her the truth. So I tell baby girl, I'm like, yo, you know, I just want a motionless snoo. Just Netflix and chill, just Amazon and hot Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to cuddle, but from the inside, if that makes any sense. And she's just like, okay, that's good. That's good. That's real good. That's real good. Yeah, that's good that you want that. That's good that's what you want. Yeah. Okay, $1,500 right now. And I'm surprised. I'm like, $1,500? What? No, this is not what Tinder is for. I showed up for the actual snoo, like regular, like free Amazon Prime. Like, I don't have a membership on. Any of you guys have an Amazon Prime membership that costs $1,500 for the trial version? You don't even know if you like any of the shows. You don't know that if it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? But you gotta pay $1,500 up front. Like, that is diabolical. You know, it's disrespectful. It's not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm just like, yo, I'm not giving you any money. You know what I'm saying? So I tell her that, and she's like, yeah, you give me the money. You're not allowed to leave. She just goes off on me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you give me the money. You're not allowed to leave. Give me the money right now. You give me the money. And I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and go. I'm going to go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not what I showed up here for. I showed up for free Netflix and chill. I didn't show up to pay for it, especially not a $1,500 subscription fee, like a subscription activation fee. $1,500 subscription activation fee. Type of 1 in the chat if you would ever pay a $1,500 activation fee. Type of 2 in the chat if you would never run that. Never. Not once. $1,500. The shit. So anyway, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Baby girl, she's like, you know what? This is why we don't date black guys. Because you never give us the money. You never give us the money. And I was like, you know, I took that as a compliment. I was like, that's what's up. You know what I mean? My black homies ain't getting robbed out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody deserves to get robbed. Like, damn. Like, that's just diabolical. Bruh. Aight. Yo, what's up, X-Sarge? What's up, Angelina? Yo. Hey, I'm doing good, Madison the Cowboy. I hope you're doing good as well. Madison the Cowgirl. Hope you're doing good as well. Yo, what's good, chat? What's up, Just Cam? What's up, Gia's Dream? Yo, what's up, County Bumpkin? What's up? Yo, what time is it where you guys are at? I am curious. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Nat? Yo, what's up, Half Baked? What's up, Deviant? Yo, you guys got a hell of a good interview today. Oh, I bet. Yeah. You know what I mean? What's good? Yo, what's up, T? What's up, Brehan? What's up, Lil Baby? What's up? What's up, Mind Control? What's up, Mind Central? Yo, what's up, Sienna? What's up, Cowboy? What's up, Constantine? What's up? I Go Loaded. What's up, Akabu Boy? What's up? Yo, what's up, Jada King? Yo, appreciate you for watching me since you've been in middle school, Havoc, man. Appreciate the compliment. What's up, J-Rock? You know what I'm saying? Yo, W's in the chat for J-Rock, bro. Appreciate you for the super chat, man. Yo, what's up, Sienna Thomas? What's up, Madison? What's up, Spirit Bunny? Yo, what's up, Crystal? What's up? I got loaded. What's up, Jada King? What's up, Apex? All right, Joe. So peep game. You know what I'm saying? So, like, baby girl show, you know what I mean? Like, she says, yo, this is why we don't date black guys. Because you never give us the money. And I'm just like, yeah. So I let her know. I'm like, yo, I'm about to leave. I'm about to get up out of here. And she like, you know, I try to walk past her. Baby girl's shoulder bumps me so that I can't walk past her. I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know what I mean? I walk back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, give me the money. You give me the money right now. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go. This isn't what I like. I don't want this. So, you know, I go to leave. You know what I'm saying? I go ahead and leave. I open up the front door. And of course, there's two dudes standing out there waiting for me. There's a guy on either side, one on the left, one on the right. Real big dudes, too. About 6 foot freaking 4. About 100, freaking, at least freaking 200, probably 300 pounds apiece. You know what I'm saying? They're big, fat, you know, real big, fat dudes. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just like, you know what I mean? I go ahead, I just walk past them. Yo, W's with chat to Apex. Yo, Apex just super chatted $5, $6 straight through the channel, man. Yo, that's what's up. Only 39 more, man. And we reached the first super chat milestone, baby. W's in the chat, my boys. W's in the chat, my girls. And we about to get this, yo. All right, so peep game. So I walk past the two big black guys, right? And I'm just like, I've been in this situation before. Luckily enough for me, like, I had a crazy childhood and always got jumped and always had to fight and all of that stuff. So much so that, you know what I mean? Like, it's fighting has had its volume knob turned down for me. You know what I'm saying? Specifically. So I walk past him, you know what I'm saying? And when I walk past him, I go to my car. Now I don't have a weapon or nothing in my car, but what I did have in my car, I was going to put all my workout equipment away. So I put all my workout equipment inside the car. You know what I mean? I closed the door, but like the thing is, when I started walking to my car, they both started following me. So they followed me to my car and shit, obviously attempting to intimidate me. The wild thing is, they never said one word. They never talked. Not one time. Not one time did they ever say, hey, yo, bro, like, you know what I mean? They never asked me any questions. They didn't say shit. So they just followed me to my car. When we got to my car, you know what I'm saying, I opened up my car door, put my stuff inside of it, and closed my car door back. And when I closed my car door back, I turn around, and look at both the dudes, and they're like, they're about 5 feet away. And I'm like, yo, like, y'all, so what's up? What are we doing? And I asked them that. All right, so what are we doing? What's up? And then they just look at me, and then they look at each other, and then they look at me, and then they look at each other, and then they just leave. You know what I'm saying? They just ended up leaving. Luckily enough, it was utterly hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, they just got their stuff and left. Ain't that wild? You know what I mean? Ain't that some wild stuff? You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I got in my car and I went to my house. Because luckily enough for me, I lived in Vegas. Be careful, dudes. If you guys are coming to Vegas, bro, because a lot of females, like, they'll show up to your room saying that y'all just gonna kick it, and then they rob the dudes that they show up to hang out with for their money by bringing big black dudes with them. Now, the way to shield yourself from crap like this, the way to make sure it doesn't happen to you, is by only getting hotels only getting hotel rooms in the really, really big hotels. You know what I'm saying? The ones that have a ton of floors. I had made the mistake of getting a hotel room inside of the, in the motel. You know what I'm saying? The motel was super duper poor. It was like a Motel 8 pretty much. So do not get a room in Vegas at the Motel 8. All they do is sell drugs and other stuff over there. And you don't want to get yourself into any of that stuff. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a crazy story, bro. Like, almost got jumped or whatever. But yeah, Now, I thought for a second, I was like, yo, I think my life was in danger in this situation. But it turns out I was actually pretty safe because these guys didn't show up to fight. They only showed up to rob. You know what I mean? So when I tried to defend myself and said, like, yo, like, if y'all want to, you know what I mean? Like, if y'all want to do that, like, I'm going to take my chances unless y'all going to produce a gun. You know what I'm saying? They was like, we're just waiting on the next guy because, like 20 dudes out of 22 dudes are going to get scared and just run everything. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so where are you guys from? You know what I'm saying? Where are you guys from? W's in the chat. Appreciate the compliment. Sienna Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Yo, W's in the chat. Do you ever feel like you were being robbed? Strong Girl 99. That's what's up. Be sure to lock all doors and windows. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thanks for the compliment, Amarius. Yeah. I appreciate you complimenting my skills with the nunchucks. Thank you, Edmorius. Let's see. Yo, have I seen the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie trailer yet? When did that come out? You know what I'm saying? Now, I remember that the new Superman movie is coming out as well, but I'm low-key wondering when that mug is about to hit. Arkansas, Texas, Akron. Yo, I lived in Akron. Bruh. Akron, Ohio, bro. For real. Yeah. And you live in Texas County. That's cool. Leon, you're in Arkansas. You're closer than you think. You know what I'm saying? What's up, bro? Yo, that's awesome that you've been watching me since 2018, Grown Stain. Appreciate you for the loyalty, bros. You got good energy, man. What's up, Jay? You from North Carolina? That's what's up. Akron also. Damn, cool gamer. It be like that. New York. Thoughts on, yeah, I don't know who those people are, Javon. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't think most of us do. Any paranormal stories? Oh my God, yes. All right, y'all. So look, peep game, right? Yeah, I'm saying. Ooh. Okay, so when I was going to get me and this girl that I was dating a really big house, right? Like we were going to get this really, really big house, right? Because, you know, she had good energy. And if a girl has really good energy, you know what I'm saying, and she act right, then, you know, I want her to be comfortable, right? So, now, so what happened was we're searching for a house, right? You know what I'm saying? We check out like 5, 6 different houses. We run now. At this point, it's about 7 o'clock at night, right? And the sky is that perfect shade of purple and dark blue. Right before the stars start to come out, and you can see everything. We're driving down the freaking freeway. You know what I'm saying? We're listening to music, probably Lil Baby rap music. You know what I mean? We're just having a good time. And, you know, we hear about the last house. We pull up right as the sky gets like dark purple / blue. Like when the stars basically come out, right? We pull up, we go to the front door. You know what I'm saying? We walk up there, and when we get to the front door, we meet the landlord guy. The landlord guy is nice enough, you know what I'm saying? He says, yo, you know, let's walk through, do a whole walk of the house. I'm like, yeah, let's get it, you know what I'm saying? So we started doing the walk through the house, and everything in the house was good. The house was nice. It was a big house. It was cool. Looked like it had a lot of room, hella spacious and whatnot. And so we get up in the crib, you know what I mean? And after we get done doing the walkthrough, you know, like me, I don't trust ghosts. I don't want to live in a place that's haunted. I don't want to have to deal with paranormal stuff. A lot of you guys remember that when I was a children, you know what I'm saying? Like I lived in a haunted house. Luckily enough for me, the ghost ended up saving me and my family's lives. You know what I'm saying? But it was still low key, not what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? It was still low key, like a sucky situation to have to deal with something that, you know, you don't know if it's there or not. You know what I'm saying? You just feel it there. You feel its presence, but you don't get to see it. So after we get done doing a walkthrough on this house, you know, I tell the guy, I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna do one more walkthrough by myself with all the lights off just to see if I like the feng shui of the house. And the guy was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Do your thing. So I do a little walkthrough of the house, you know what I mean? And I get to this one room, and when I get to this one room, I felt like my girlfriend had broken up with me or something. Like my heart just started hurting, like I was having like a mini heart palpitation or like a heart attack or something. You know what I'm saying? And luckily enough for me, I knew that wasn't the real case. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no heart issues. But I remember back from when I used to live in that haunted house when I was a kid, whenever I would feel like I'm being watched by a ghost or like I would get too close to something paranormal, my heart would start to hurt. So it would feel like I had just gotten dumped by a girl I actually gave a shit about. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when I felt that, I knew that something was wrong with the house. I knew that it was haunted or something. You know what I'm saying? And I got the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? I just told the guy, you know what I mean? I just told the guy that, you know what? I'm good on this crib. You know what I'm saying? Like I am. I ended up just not getting the house. Yo, so type of 1 in the chat if you've ever dealt with like a paranormal, like ghost type of situation. Type of 2 in the chat if you've never dealt with a ghost like, you know, paranormal type of situation. You know what I mean? The story about you waking up at 3 a.m. with your Game Boy and the next door house burned down was crazy. I'll tell you guys that story. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so a lot of you guys have wild ghost situations too. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yo, it happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah. Definitely no snitching. You had a demon attack you in your sleep? I heard that's a sleep paralysis demon. You know what I'm saying? So, Angelina, what was your paranormal situation that happened to you? Your paranormal ghost situation. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Personal ghost named Andy. That's wild that you dealt with a personal ghost named Andy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's what's up, Expos Mumble Jumbo Jungle. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for watching me since you've been in elementary school. Yo, what's up, Zando Games? You said you went ghost hunting? Damn, you went ghost hunting at an abandoned sugar mill? Yeah, you never forgetting those things, man. For real, for real. You said you were on a bus? That's wild. Yo, what's up, CB? What's up, CB? Wildest ghost stories. Dang, that's wild. You heard a hay in your room when you were just weeping for no known reason? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. For real, for real. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, bro, when I was a kid, I lived in okay, so a lot of you guys might not know this yet, but when I was a kid, I grew up in foster care. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, I was in a situation whereas to, oh my God, I was in a situation whereas to, you know, CPS had to come and pick us up. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy stuff had gone down, and for some reason they thought we were in danger. So, you know, they grabbed us, you know, put us in foster care. Now, when we were in foster care, you know, like we had gone through a bunch of different homes. That's where I lived in Akron at, was when in the foster care. You know what I'm saying? So after we were in foster care for maybe about 4 or 5 years, and you know, my mom's, she finds like this crib and she moves us up in that mug, right? You feel me? So once we move up in the crib, first day living there, I literally felt like something was watching me from up above. Literally through the roof. Literally through the roof. Now, unfortunately for me, my room just so happened to be in the attic. And if you know anything about ghosts, that's the last place you ever want to be when shit's jumping off, is in the attic. Now, the good thing about that room was, since it was in the attic, I had a whole bunch of freaking free space. No one could tell me what to do. Hey, Cliff Foster, what's up, bros? Yeah, I'm guessing that's why you don't like scary stuff. Yeah, that's a good guess. Yo, you smart for guessing that's the reason why I don't like scary stuff. It's because I've lived in some of them situations. It scares the crap out of me still to this day. You know what I'm saying? I just don't trust scary things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We moved into the crib, and I remember the only thing I ever heard the landlord say to me when I moved in, yo, W's in the chat to Cliff Foster. He just super chatted too, straight through the channel, yo. W's in the chat, man. Hey, yo, you guys got hella good energy, man. For real, for real. Blast Longhorse says, Blast Gots PRST. What's PRST? What's that at? Is that like a PRS? Is it like a type of sports team? Is that like a PRST? PRS? Never mind. Okay. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? So while I was living in that crib, you know what I'm saying? The crib was cool. You know what I'm saying? But the landlord told me, he said, when we first got in there, he said, whatever you do, don't touch the chest in the basement, and never, ever, under any circumstance do you ever go near the rocking chair, right? He tells me that. But he won't tell us why. He won't tell us why, right? Now, we moved in there because the rent was way cheaper than if we had moved somewhere else, right? Now, you would think that this was only a premise in the Grudge movies or in another scary movie where a shady landlord would know a place is haunted and move people in because he's trying to get the money. I swear to God, I didn't think that was a thing. But it is. I thought that only happened to China. But apparently, it's in the US of A as well. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, we move up in there, you know what I'm saying, and my first day there, the first time walking through there, I remember feeling like something was watching me from through the roof. You feel me? So, since I'm feeling like something's watching me through the roof, you know, I just naturally don't want to be in the house that much. You know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately enough for me, I was like 11, so I had to be in the house all the time. Now, at this point, you know what I'm saying? Now, I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? So I play games during the day, everything's cool, you know what I mean? Then the sun goes down and it's nighttime. It's my first time spending the night in this house, right? I'm thinking everything is cool or whatever, right? I'm staying up, everything's fine, I'm playing video games. I go to sleep the same way I normally do. And when I go to sleep, like, unfortunately for me, out of nowhere, and this is the first time this ever happened to me, I wake up at 3 o'clock a.m. I wake up like super duper fast. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know why I'm woke. You feel me? I'm just like, what the hell? So, but unfortunately for me, when I woke up, I immediately felt like I was being freaking watched. Yo, W's to the Mod Squad, man. W's to the Mod Squad, bros. Yeah. For real, for real. Hey, yo, if you guys would like for me to do a Lamar Jackson edit, you know what I'm saying? That's a super chat request. You know what I'm saying? It'd be 50 in super chat, you know what I'm saying? You guys want me to do a Lamar Jackson edit, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't know what that is. Pretty sure it's something off of like a Hollywood show or something. You know what I'm saying? Probably something off the latest Predator movie. Who knows? Now, with that being said, you know, I wake up and I'm feeling the feeling that I'm being watched through the roof. And it's really, really freaking potent. So, you know, I wake up. So I do the smartest thing I could have did. I go into the living room, turn on my Nintendo 64, and put in Mario 64 and start playing that mug. You know what I'm saying? This house scared me so bad that I literally got all 120 stars on that game. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys ever played Super Mario 64. Type of 2 in the chat if you don't even know what Super Mario 64 is. Like, bro, I don't know about you guys, man, but that game was like my childhood. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yo, that's wild, Angelina, yo. You know what I'm saying? We got to get you to play that mug. You got to at least see me play that mug. Because that game is so freaking good. You know what I'm saying? Yo. See, one's in the chat. Everybody done played this mug. Yo. Aka, Longhorse, Aaron, Brianna, Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Brehan, Lone Wolf, J-Rock. Understandable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Angelina, we're going to have you play that mug one of these days. You know what I'm saying? No, it's on a Nintendo 64, luckily enough. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Understandable, Zando Games. Love that game. That game is fire. That game is literal flames. All right, sure. With that being said, boys and girls, you know, you know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately for me, when I woke up in the middle of the night, everybody in the house was asleep. Everyone was super duper asleep. And I'm just like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's in the crib to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody really up to talk to, or, you know, take my mind off this. So I just play Super Mario 64 until the sun goes down. Until the sun comes up. And then I go to sleep, finally, when the sun comes up. Because for some reason, when the sun hit at about 6 a.m., it made me feel like I was safe. So this happens for like 3 weeks straight. And it happens so much that my grades start to slip at school because, you know, I'm always up, you know, like freaking keeping my mind off the fact that the ghost won't freaking let me sleep. So this all comes to a head about 4 months into us living in the crib, right? I had gotten into a habit of taking like children's Dimetap in order to stay asleep. That way, you know, I wouldn't be freaking woke all freaking night worrying about the demon or whatever, ghost or whatever was up in the crib. So I go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? And this night in particular, I wake up at 3 a.m., right? Damn near on the dot. when I wake up at 3 a.m., I freaking, you know what I mean? I'm feeling like I'm being watched from the back, like from the back of my head. Now, the reason why I feel like that, now, at this time, you know, I had started sleeping on the couch, like in the living room, because it just felt the safest. It was like the safest place for me to sleep. And while I'm sleeping on this couch, I'm always facing inward, right? Like I'm curled into the couch. Well, you know, I'm nuzzled into all the couch cushions, but I'm looking into the couch. So that way I can't wake up and accidentally see some shit or a silhouette or something that's not really there. You know what I'm saying? Sure. With that being the case, with that being said, when I woke up, I felt like something was like right behind me, literally on my neck. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, shit, you know, and I'm hearing these weird fucking sounds, right? Crackling type shit. I'm like, what the fuck? But I don't want to turn around because I really don't want to see no ghosts. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, that's when this shit becomes real, people, is when I have to seize it. So I'm just like, you know, as long as I stay over here, I should be good. I'll never have to see it. Tell me why. I end up, unfortunately for me, I guess I'd made a miscalculation, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm laying and, you know, I'm staring into the couch, right? And, you know, luckily enough for me, I started to go back to sleep, right? I start to go back to sleep, and right as I doze off, right, as right as my eyes get closed, I'm woken again, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and now I feel it like 3 times harder staring into the back of my neck, right? And I'm just like, shit, I feel like it's right there, just staring at me and shit. And I'm hearing this weird suspense music. I think my brain was making it. It was like I was in a scary movie or some shit, like Lights Off or some shit. Like, where the fuck is this music coming from? You know what I mean? So, now, I'm just like, you know what? This can't be that bad. Like, maybe it's not what it looks like, right? The diamond tap starts kicking in again, and I start to fall asleep again back into the side of the couch, right? So then I feel it like 10 times worse, and I'm awoke again. My eyes wake up, you know, I wake up, I open my eyes, I'm feeling it 10 times worse behind me. I'm feeling it so hard behind me that I start to get a little bit mad. I'm like, yo, you know what? Like, if there's a ghost behind me, then just be a ghost. Then just do it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and scare the shit out of me. Just go ahead and just do it. So I turn around to meet it face to face. When I do turn around, nothing's there. Nothing's freaking there. It's like one of them Nuke's Top 5 videos. Did you see it? And then you see something, you turn around, nothing's there. You know what I'm saying? So I turn around, nothing's there. And when I turn around, you know what I'm saying, I notice that, you know, there's like a lot of orange light all over my walls. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell? Like, there's no damn orange light up in this motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? So, you know, I get up and I walk over to the place where all the orange light is emanating from, and it's coming through the window. So, and then when I get closer to the blinds, I notice these blinds are freaking melting, right? They're like curving like a V, like a real soft V. So I go to the blinds. Luckily enough for me, they were melting, but they weren't so hot that I couldn't touch them. So I pull them down a little bit. Turns out the house next door was like literally, when I say this house was ablaze, like you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it was all the way bad, bro. The whole house was engulfed in flames. I wish I could sit here and say, oh no, a piece of the house is on fire. No, the entire house was completely ablaze. It was bad. So bad so that immediately wakes me up. You know what I'm saying? I run into my mom's room, wake everybody up, get everyone up. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, they call the police. We all get out the house. I rush everybody out the house. We get outside, and like 5 minutes later, the ambulance shows up and the freaking fire trucks and all the people, they show up. Now, the problem with this house being on fire is the fact that all the houses in Cleveland, Ohio are super duper close together. The houses are so close together that our next door house being on fire was a real bad situation. You know what I'm saying? It was really, really bad. So with that being said, You know what I'm saying? The firefighters, when they get there, you know, the guy, he comes to me and he tells me, like the lead firefighter, he tells me, he's like, yo, you know the number one reason why people usually die in fires, right? It's not because of the fire, it's because of the smoke. You know what I mean? So if you had stayed asleep for another 2 or 3 minutes in that house, you wouldn't have never woken up. You would have never known that you was you know, you was done died. You never would have known. You would have just never woken up. But you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be here. I don't know how you woke up. I don't know what woke you up. But you weren't supposed to be able to wake up in the fire, in the smoke of the fire. You know what I'm saying? Yo, W's in the chat to Gunnar. W's in the chat to Gunnar, bros. You just super chatted 10 straight through the channel, bros. Yo, here you go, PhD. Keep making videos. W's in the chat, man. W's in the chat. Yo, Gunnar just sent 10. Directly through the channel. I swear to God, I don't think I have a cold, but like, you know what I'm saying? I've been coughing for like 20 or 30 seconds now, you know what I'm saying? And it's wild. Yo, W's in the chat to Gunnar, yo. Appreciate you, Gunnar. Yo, Gunnar, you have hella good energy, man. I couldn't even imagine the first time you guys ran into my videos on YouTube and, you know, decided like, you know what? This shit's funny. Mm. 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 All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, W's in the chat for all of you guys, man. You guys are freaking awesome, bro. Stay up. Yeah. All right, so with that being said, you know what I mean? That's the craziest haunted house situation I ever ran into. Pretty sure I haven't run into any other ones other than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I remember this one time. So look, whatever you do, guys, okay, I'm about to learn y'all something. Be careful of massage parlors in Vegas, okay? Because they're taking it. They're not asking, you know, they just try to take it and then try to charge you money after they take it. And yes, I have a story about this, guys. Sit back, relax. This story's scary. You know, it's a scary story. It's a real life one. You know, I went like, okay, so back in the day, I used to enjoy massage parlors because that's where you get massages at. You know what I'm saying? Now, the problem with me is I only go to massage parlors to get actual massages. This would be a positive, happy story if I wanted to get the rub back or the freak down at an actual massage parlor. I don't want the happy endings. Okay, I just want the massage. Okay, I just want, in my mind, like, you guys ever seen this? It was a second or third Friday when Miss Kim would walk on Craig or Day Day's back and break their bones. You hear the cracks and stuff. I like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? In my brain, I'm thinking that this is what I'm probably gonna get if I go to a professional massage parlor. You feel me? So, oh my goodness. So I went to this one massage parlor. You know what I'm saying? And I go up in there, you know, and you know, they're right next to the Chinese restaurant that I liked at the time. Shout out to Orange Chicken. That shit's always delicious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking this, you know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking that obviously this is going to go the good way. You know what I mean? I walk up in there. You know what I'm saying? They greet me happily. They all polite and stuff. You know, I give it was like $60 for an hour massage. So I'm like, cool. So I give them $60. Matter of fact, it was $65. $65 for an hour massage. Give the lady the $65. You know, this one massage lady comes out the room. She was as big as Miss Trenchbowl, right? Type of 1 in the chat if you remember the first Matilda movie and you remember Miss Trenchbowl. Type of 2 in the chat if you do not remember Miss Trenchbowl and you haven't seen the first Matilda movie. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yo, W's in the chat, man. What's up, gaming channel? You know what I mean? I hope I can meet you in real life one day. Most definitely. I love running into my viewers, except when they have guns. But I love running into my viewers. You know what I'm saying? All right, so with that being said, my massage lady was built like Miss Trenchbowl from the first Matilda movie. You know what I'm saying? Lock in. Story gets way worse than you think, right? So I'm back there trying to get the regular. Hey, Gunner. Hey, BHD, do you think Diddy do it? Did I think Diddy do it? Okay, yes and no. Like, I think Diddy definitely did things that he shouldn't have done. I think he blew up Kid Cudi's car because he's a freaking fool, you know. I think any dude that blows up a car over a woman, you know what I mean? Look, guys, women, their number one form of manipulation is making us jealous. Okay, we gotta stop falling for this because, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can't tell y'all how many times I took a female somewhere and she tried to hug a dude super long and try to get all over a dude to make me jealous. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll dump her and make her make me food, you know, to make it up to me. But, you know what I mean? Like, she thought that she was gonna do something. But yo, W's in the chat, the Gunner. He just super chatted too. Straight through the channel, Brody. W's in the chat, man. For real, for real. Yes, Miss Trunchbull. All right, so this massage lady looked like Miss Trunchbull. All right, so lock that in your brains, guys. Lock that in. Miss Trunchbull, the massage lady. Okay, so she leads me into this back room. You know what I'm saying? She tells me that, oh, you know, come up out your clothes and put on this towel, and then she leaves the room. Right? So she leaves the room. I'm halfway through putting taking my clothes off. She walks back in the room. Right? Just really just now I thought only women had to deal with this type of harassment. Okay? And what's really messed up is I don't even know if I could consider it as harassment because like it's a massage parlor. It's kind of supposed to see stuff. But she said, hey, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, I'm gonna leave and go get dressed and you get dressed and I'll come back and massage you. Bro, I feel like it was so on purpose, bro. There was no way. There was no way that was miscommunicated. So she walks right in, and then when she walks in, she doesn't even act surprised. She just walks in, stands there. While I'm still getting undressed, I'm just, what do you do, man? She's just standing there looking like, and I'm like, yo, look, I appreciate the compliment, but like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nowhere near as sexy as you think it would be when a woman is just, you know, when a woman decides to sexually harass a guy. It's nowhere near as sexy as you think it, as it sounds like it's gonna be in the movies. Okay? It wasn't. It wasn't. So I just tell her, I'm like, yo, can you like I'm almost done getting ready. Like, can you like wait for me out there? And she's like, no, I can stand here. I stand here and wait. And she's Russian. She was Russian, very thick Russian accent. No, I stand here and wait. And I'm like, so you know what I'm saying? Like it made no sense at all. You know what I'm saying? So since baby girl, since she did this foolishness, you know what I'm saying? So type of 1 in the chat, if you at that point you would just get your money and run. Type of 2 in the chat, no man, it's cool. You know, it's you know, nothing bad about this. You know what I mean? It's cool. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I decide, and you know what? You know, maybe it's just a different custom that they do. You know, maybe it's just a different type of situation. It's a different type of way they brought up. You know, they think that it's all flimsy or something. Oh, okay, cool, right? So, I'm like, you know, like I went on and got dressed, you know what I'm saying, in front of the chick, man. Went on and got dressed. And then so then she goes to the CD player inside the room and goes to put a CD in. Like she goes to, you know, like turn it on. When she goes to turn it on, right, like it don't work. So I go over there and I fix it for her. Like I go ahead and press the buttons or whatever. And for some reason it works, right? Like I don't know why, but it works. So with that being said, I then go over, so then I get on the table and I lay on my stomach, right? Like, massage. She's gonna massage my back, right? If there's an option 3, I would have got my damn massage. Shit. Understandable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was wilding. It was definitely wilding. Hey, what's up, Deviant? Yeah, man, massage parlors are no bueno, bro. I used to like them, but ever since, like, oh boy. So, anyway, I don't know. I don't know what an Andy is. Hey, what's up, Gunner? Yeah. Hey, are you the real Gunner? Yeah. 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 All right, so with that being said, I'm laying down on the table and the chick starts at my back. She's massaging my back. Everything is good. And then she starts trying to go low, like she starts going lower and, to the middle of my back. And then she goes lower to the small of my back. And then she starts trying to go too low. And I stop her. I'm like, yo, hey. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that. I'm not here for none of that. I just want the massage. Yeah, I feel, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, the water, you don't want that, you know you don't want that, you like that, you like it. And I'm like, and I'm not laughing. I'm just like, yo, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my thing. So I'm gonna need you not to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you finish the massage, don't do that. That's not what we're here for. Hey, the Lone Wolf, thank you for the 2 in super chat, Brody. Yo, much love and respect, bros. Yeah. For real. Oh, Bill Cosby, he passed away? Word? Is that real? Did he? Yo, man. Oh, he capped. Oh, it happens. Dang, I really thought we lost Bill. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah. But anyway, so what had happened was, you know what I'm saying, I keep on, I tell the chick, I'm like, yo, I'm not here for none of that. I appreciate you for the compliment, but, that's not what I'm here for. So then she tells me, W's in the chat. W's in the chat to the Lone Wolf. What it is, Brody? You know what I'm saying? You got good energy, man. Good to see you again. But yo, all right, so, you know what I'm saying? Hey, so I can only imagine what you did for 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Was the massage lady half man, half woman? BHD. Yo, W's in the chat, the Gunner. He just super chatted 2 straight through the channel, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Yo, homie said, I thought Bill Cosby already passed away. I don't know if I can. Oh man, that's understandable, bros. You guys are hilarious, man. You guys are making me laugh. Was it a lady? Was it a half lady, half man? You guys are so funny. I swear to God, bro. I love you guys, man. You guys are too funny. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? The freaking, it was a full woman, okay? The woman just was built like Miss Trunchbull, and she sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wish I was making this shit up. I turned around and I'm like, yo, I'm not with any of that backdoor stuff. Like, I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want front door stuff. I just want the massage. I just want the sports massage. Deep tissue, bitch. Make the massage. I just wanted the massage. Shit, just wanted the massage. Damn it. So, I shit you not. When I tell her not to cross my boundaries, not to try to massage my back cave anymore, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Baby girl gonna have nerve to start disrespectfully laughing at me, bro. Start laughing at me like there's something wrong with me for not wanting back cave stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, I swear to God, I felt like I thought about hitting her. I only thought about it. I didn't do it. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, like I don't be putting hands on, man. Cause she laughed at me like a female would laugh at a dude who took off his pants and it didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what she tried to look. And I was just like, yo, you ain't gonna shame me for not doing Hollywood stuff. You know what I'm saying? For not doing Tyler Perry things. You feel me? So I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna trip. You know what I'm saying? We all adults. We gonna get the massage, but don't touch the back. Hey, don't go near the back of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I let her know. I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't hit females, but if that's the case, I hit females. Like if it's German things, you know what I'm saying? I'll defend the life of the back of me with everything I've got. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? She's like, yes, it is okay, huh? It is okay. This bitch fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro. It's hard for me to get in the character to sound like this chick. She was like, it's okay, huh? I'm not. No. She sounded like it was not like that. She did not sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can't get no massage from a lady that sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was weird. Her accent was real thick, but it was hard to pinpoint. It was like Anglian and Russian put together. Like, oh, okay, it's okay. I just touched you. It's okay. I never do again. Huh? It was more like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I lay back on the table, right? And I'm face down, and she's massaging my back. Deep tissue is feeling good, real good. You know what I mean? And then she again starts going lower and lower until she gets right to the small of my back, and she starts to try to go lower. And I turn around like, yo, okay, you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing this. I was pacing like this in the massage room because I was thinking about hitting this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you know, okay, all right, okay. You know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to leave. You know what I'm saying? Keep the money. Keep the $65, okay? But I'm leaving, all right? I'm outie. Yeah, I just faked the phone call. I was like, I'm getting a phone call. Got up out of there. I was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm all the way good. So I get my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I go try to put my clothes on. She doesn't want to leave. She wants to watch me dress for some reason. Like, I didn't know women could get their jollies that way. I did not know that women, I didn't know that was a thing. She's just standing there like this. No, go ahead and get this. It's fine. What? You the man? How you the man? You man? Now get to this. Huh? If you man, you get to this in front of me. I cannot stand that. You know what I'm saying? Baby girl, and when I told her not to stay away from the back of me, baby girl gonna have the nerve to try to laugh at me like I was like not a real man. She tried to literally shame me for not doing back cave stuff. Literally. You know what I'm saying? What, you scared? What, you scared? Yes, I am, bitch. You know what I'm saying? How about that? How about that shit? Shit. Whatever happened to no means no. I love how equality only works when women are talking about it. For some reason, men's rights just don't exist. So I'm like, I'm just like, you know what? You can keep the money. I'm gone. Put my clothes on. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to watch me put my clothes on. So I got my clothes on and got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got up out of there, and it gets worse. Okay, you'd think it was over. Goodness no, it gets way worse. So I'm walking out. I walk out of there, right? Got all my clothes on, and I get to the front room where you're supposed to give them a tip, and they're supposed to give you a small cup of water, right? So she walks up, the massage lady, you know, female Arnold Schwarzenegger, Miss Trunchbull built bitch, walks over to the water machine, pours one of those freaking paper cups of water, and walks over and hands me the cup. I take the cup, and I'm like, she's like, yes, tip? And I'm like, yo, tip is astronomical, yo. Tip is diabolical. Tip is wild. Tip is crazy work. This chick done tried to violate your boy damn near and gonna have the nerve to want more than the $65 I already gave her for the 15-minute massage that she couldn't keep her urges dormant enough to finish giving me. $15 for 65 minutes with tip? diabolical. So I'm just like, you know what? No tip. Absolutely no tip. And she's like, what? You know the tip? You know the tip? You're not the real man. Huh? You're not the real man tip. You're not the real man. And I'm like, I'm not tipping you anything. I'm not giving you anything. So, you know, nice speech. So I go to walk past her, and when I go to walk past her, she steps in front of me and shoulder bumps me back. So I can't walk past her. I'm just like, yo, what the, this is a robbery, nigga. Nigga, it was a robbery, nigga. These niggas was robbing. This was a flu flam. That, nigga. How much did she ask for? Okay, so she asked for $20, right? She was like, you give me tip, $20. You give me $20 tips. So when the lady shoulder bumped me back, I fell back. I'm like, oh shit, I was not expecting to be robbed by women. God damn, a lot of dudes have attempted to rob me, but it's very rare that women have enough testicular fortitude to do it. You know, most women don't even have testiculars. So with that being said, you know, I'm just like, you know what? That was brave. You know, I was impressed. I wasn't mad. I was impressed. Cause like, I was like, that's brave. So because she was brave, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a tip. I give you a tip. $5. I give you $5. And she's like, no, you give me 20. And I was like, $5. That's the best I can do for what you guys are doing. I'm impressed that you guys are really willing to rob a black guy that looks like I do. But, you know, it's $5 is as far as much as impressed as I can do. And then the lady, the pimp, the chick behind the counter, she chimes in, real small lady. She's like, no, you give us $20, $20 tip. And I'm just like, so this is a robbery. Well, I'll be. God damn this shit. I'm not gonna lie, is it bad that that kind of turned me on? That the chicks was that rough and rowdy? I was like, damn, these bitches they ain't even pull out a gun or nothing. No knife. They gonna rob me barehanded? Nigga. So, you know what I mean? I was like, I looked back at the Russian chick and I was like, $5. And that's my final offer. And the lady was like, no, $10. You give me $10 and I let you leave. And I was like, nope, you lost it. No, I'm uninterested again now. You've already lost me. And I'm gonna walk past her. And then the big lady, she tries to shoulder bump me away. She tried to shoulder bump me back again, but I shoulder bump her instead, and she falls over. And I just walk outside and shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I get outside, I realized I'd forgotten something like like a pen or a pencil or maybe like a sock or something. I think I forgot a sock, right? So I turn around, right? Because the door is closed behind me when I walk past him. I turn around, the door closes, I open the door back up in order to look for my sock. I shit you not. The little woman is beating the crap out of the big woman. The little bitty, this chick was small, this chick was like shaped like Mulan from the Disney movies, except way more compact, like and way shorter. She's like 4'5", like probably about 80 pounds, less than that. She's on top of this big Russian woman, beating the shit out of her. Like, and the reason why she's beating her, you let her get past you. What is wrong with you? You're supposed to, you're not, like, yo! I was like, nigga, yo! You know what I'm saying? Hey, Las Vegas, nigga. I was like, yo! The little woman is like kicking the shit out of me. You motherfucker. You're not. Yo, so I got the vibe that the Russian chick was living there with the small lady, and the small lady was pimping the big lady. But I'm saying if you pimping the females and having them do massages, you can't like, ain't that bad practice to try to do German things to them? But I heard from some other dudes that that's actually quite normal. I'm glad you guys are doing all good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby girl was built like a refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? It was wild stuff. Wild stuff. Good? You know what I'm saying? Wild stuff. But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? After that, when I was just like, I'm good on all of that. You know what I'm saying? Was not, never went back. I let them keep the sock. I didn't go in. I opened the door. When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, they obviously need some privacy. Closed the door back and just lost that sock. You know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat if you would have went back in there for your sock. Type of 2 in the chat if you would have just went to Walmart and got a new sock. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? For real, for real. Bruh, I just went and got a new sock, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, Goku? What's up, Devion? What's up, DM? You know what I'm saying? For real, bruh. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, that legitimately happened. You know, like, crazy work. Crazy work. All right, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys can hear everything I'm saying. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear none of what I'm saying. Hey, what's up, Adam? What's up, Human? You know what I'm saying? What's up, DTB? What's up, Jax Ramses? Yo, W's in the chat to Jonathan the Gamer. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to Mod Squad. W's in the chat to the Mass King Shaggy Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Super chat at 50 directly to the channel today. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to Jonathan the Gamer, who super chatted 50 directly through my tip jar today. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody who's been super chatting in this live. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to the Lone Wolf, to Gunner. You know what I'm saying? Definitely need the Gunner. You know what I'm saying? You guys have been a fantastic audience, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to hear something real wild? Like, I thought rappers were like mean and supposedly like not like nasty people. You know what I mean? Who were mean to their viewers and all of that stuff. Bro, tell me why I went to a Lil Wayne concert, right? Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm just now finding out that if you're a celebrity, you should probably get good at people trying to make up stuff about you. It just comes with the territory. You feel me? If you're a stand-up comedian, you know, regardless of what you do, you tell stories, people gonna think some goofiness. Now, with that being said, I used to believe a lot of the stuff I heard about Lil Wayne. I heard Lil Wayne was like real mean to women, really impolite, just a horrible, mean, terrible person. I went and saw Lil Wayne in concert. He's the most humblest, nicest human I've ever met in my life. I've never met a person nicer. Never met a person nicer. He goes on stage and he's doing his music, he's doing his songs, and regardless of if people booed or they told him they threw stuff at him, all of this other shit, he was just always nice back. You guys are a lovely crowd. Yo, you guys are freaking awesome. Yo, get a round of applause for all of you guys in the audience. You guys are all beautiful people. Y'all great people. Much love and respect. You know what I'm saying? On with the show to the next one. And he go right to the next song. I'm like, that doesn't sound like somebody who was a bad person or mean. That doesn't sound like a mean person. Hey, W's in the chat for Gunner. Thank you for the $1 in super chat, Brody. You guys are freaking awesome. You know what I mean? He seems so humble. Like freaking Lil Wayne is so freaking humble, yo. He's so freaking humble. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really awesome. It's really awesome to see someone of his level. The reason why he's really at that level is because, like, he's so level-headed and he's that good with, like, talking to people and being nice to everybody. Hey, the Lone Wolf, W's in the chat. I meant to say, if he died, I can't afford the $5. Yo, it's cool that you can't afford the $5 if he dies. You know what I'm saying? If Bill Cosby dies, I'm surprised he's still her. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yo, what's really wild is, bro, and I'll tell you guys something that I also just found out, that I just also figured out. Type of 1 in the chat if you think Bill Cosby did it. Type of 2 in the chat if you don't think Bill Cosby did what he was accused of. Like, bro, Cause like, bro, yo, I know it's wild. It's wild. Ones and twos. It's ambiguous. You know what I mean? It's ambiguous. Like it's hard to know. But yo, he admitted it though. He did. He did. So get this. He did do it. He admitted to doing it. I'm still surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was wild is Bill Cosby, when he was doing comedy, he was notorious for going around and telling other comedians to not tell dirty jokes. Hey, stop telling dirty jokes. You're a bad person. Stop telling dirty jokes. You got to be all clean. Don't say nasty words. Don't curse. You shouldn't be cursing on stage. That makes you a bad comedian. If you're cursing, you should. Turns out this motherfucker's putting pills in females as drinks and shit. Like, bruh. That dude, man. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know, this crazy stuff, you know? At least Jonathan Majors is about to get his shows back. That's always a step in the right direction. Yeah, Bill Cosby, man, that nigga did that shit. Oh, I bet. Yo, appreciate the compliment, brodies. Yo, what's up, Jen Smiles? Yup, yeah, Bill Cosby in these streets, man, that's wildin', bro. That's wildin', bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't stealing. There's a lot of things you should steal. You know, that it's okay that you steal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, candy from 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? A couple pizzas from Pizza Hut. You know what I'm saying? Person's car. You know, if he leaves it unattended. You know, but never steal genitalia, people. It's just tacky. That shit's tacky. You know what I'm saying? Never steal genitalia, man. It's you know, it's way too many better things to steal. You know what I'm saying? It's just tacky. Super tacky. I had this one girl try to accuse me of stealing her genitalia. You know what I'm saying? We was on a date and everything. She came pick me up and she drove me to a lookout spot at the top of Texas Station Casino. We turn off the car. When she turns off the car because she was driving, she takes the keys out of the ignition, gets buck naked right there, and jumps in the back seat. I don't know what she expected me to do. You know what I'm saying? Was I supposed to not be with that? I don't know what she was going for there. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I don't know. Maybe I might have miscalculated the signals. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that just because she got buck naked and jumped in the back seat and said to get back there with her, it does not mean that she was into me. She could have been being polite. All right? You know, type of one in the chat if she was just being polite. That it's not always a set in stone. Just because a girl gets buck naked and asks you to do stuff doesn't mean that she's with her. Type of one if she was being polite. Type of two in chat if that was a signal that she could have been a little bit feeling my vibe. Just a little bit. You know? Who knows? You don't know, guys. She could have been Canadian. You know what I mean? She could have just been being very polite, you know? So, you know, so she takes off she gets completely birthday suited up and she jumps in the back seat. And so, you know, I followed suit, obviously not, you know, when in Rome, you know, not wanting to rock the boat, you know, at least not yet. So, you know, get in the back seat. You know, one thing leads to another. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We watching Amazon. You know what I'm saying? We watching Amazon, and like halfway through watching Amazon, you know, she reaches up, she grabs my face, and she's like, "Oh my God, please don't grape me." And I'm like, "Excuse me, motherfucker, what? What? Wait, where? How?" She took all her clothes off first. What? I was like, wait. So when she says this, everything stops, right? Everything stops. Batten down the hatches. everything's over, like situation over. Like I'm just like, oh, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to, I don't want to steal no happy place. I'm like, that's not happy, you know. So I'm like, oh, so I bag back. I'm like, oh goodness, what did you think? Was it like, did she like? I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around that. How could she have? Is it a way that? You know what I mean? But, you know, women are women. You know what I'm saying? Can't live with them, can't without them, whatever. So, with that being said, I stopped everything. I'm putting my clothes on now. I'm like, oh, hell, my shit. I'm putting my clothes on. And she's putting her clothes on, too. But I can tell she's watching me as I put my clothes on, right? Now, mind you, she was the one that drove the car to the lookout spot. She parked, turned off the car, took off the birthday suit, got birthday suited up, and jumped in the back seat. Nigga. So, you know what I mean? Like, and we were not supposed to go there, right? This was the beginning of us hanging out. This is our first time hanging out in person, right? This was not supposed to go like this, okay? I had already scheduled for us to go to Circus Arcade, you know what I'm saying? Go to IHOP and get food. You know what I'm saying? Go to the movies. I'm playing the regular stuff, right? I'm figuring, you know what I mean? This is going to take some time for this to get popping. You know what I'm saying? Just buckle in and just get ready for her to be crazy because they usually are. So, but, I didn't want to rock the boat, you know? It's mean if a chick stops the car, gets buck naked, jumps in the back seat, and you don't hang out with her, then she get mad. Right? So you gotta, you know, because they'll get mad. You know what I'm saying? Women don't like rejection. Shit. No. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I put everything back on or whatever. We get fully clothed back up. And she looks at me. She says, what did she say? I forgot what the hell she said. I think she said, you're not mad at me, are you? Yeah, she said, you're not mad at me, are you? And I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, at that point, I just wanted to make sure that she was comfortable. You know what I mean? That she didn't feel like something happened and that she don't remember saying yes, even though she took all of her own clothes off and drove us to the place and then got bucket naked. And you know what I mean? There's this, you know, so I just want to make sure she's comfortable, right? So I'm like, all right, you know, so, you know, we go to Circus, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, yo, so what do we do? I'm like, hell, let's still go to Circus. She said, fuck you mean? Shit, let's still go have a good time. So we went to the arcade, we played DDR, had a real good time, played a bunch of video games, you know what I'm saying? And then when we left there, we went to IHOP and got food, and I had her pay for me, since she was the one that wanted to do goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? Halfway into watching Amazon Prime, this bitch gonna talk about some, oh God, like, so she bought my food, you know what I'm saying? She paid for me, she bought my dinner. And then after we ate dinner, she drives, who the hell's car was it? Was it my car? No, it was my car. I drove. You know what I'm saying? I told her, yo, hey, let's go. I know this one spot up here, blah, blah, blah. You know, can't nobody see us, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, okay, cool. So we get up there. We get to the lookout spot at the Texas station. She jumps in the back seat and just takes everything off. And I am like, that is a good woman right there, man. That's a great person. I liked her energy. Really, really good energy. So with that being said, you know, she did say what she said or whatever. We got dressed, you know, we went to Circus, you know, we played a bunch of video games. Then we went to IHOP. She bought me dinner, you know what I'm saying? And then I drove her to her crib. And as I'm dropping her off, and this freaked me out too, I'm thinking when she said no, like, oh my God, please don't take advantage of me. Halfway in, I'm like, oh, that means that she don't like me, right? Type of one in the chat, if a girl ever accuses you of that type of weird crap, that means she, you know what I mean? That's like a no-go. She's a no. Type of two in the chat, if, you know, she was just going through something and that is probably still a yes. Type a 3 in the chat if women are just confusing. And it's just best to stick to video games. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I can get saying W's in the chat to the mod squad. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up? What if someone steals their own genitalia and tries to blame you for it? Well, let me see. Has it ever happened? Technically, yeah. You know, I've had that happen to me a good amount of times where a chick just runs her own cheeks and then tries to tell people, I don't remember saying yes. Look, just because I take my own clothes off, okay, and I sit on stuff, all right, it does not mean that that does not mean yes. Okay? No means no, even after it's already done. Okay, just because I said yes until it was over and then said no, that does not mean that the no is invalid. You just don't love women enough. Yep. Can't believe you've done this. Can't believe you've done this. Good. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Baby girl, she freaking, with that being said, you know, baby girl is just like, you know, once I stop and I'm dropping her off at her crib, I turn off the car, she leans over and tries to kiss me. And I rear back. I'm like, yo, didn't you, like, you know, yo, females can't be playing these games, yo. You know what I mean? It's really goofy. It's really goofy. Because I would have dated this chick, right? I would have dated this chick, but because she did that, I didn't want nothing to do with her. Because, like, that's a level of stupidity that I don't want nothing to do with. That's a level of goofy that I don't want nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So, we get to her crib, you know what I'm saying? So, she tries to kiss me, I rear back, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I'm just like, yo, like, I thought you didn't want to be around, like, you accuse me of sick stuff. I don't, hey, J-Rock, thank you for the 2 in super chat, Brody. W's in the chat to J-Rock, homie. Yo, more people should get to know you. I mean, I think that's with everybody online. You know what I mean? Like, everybody online is like, you know what I mean? Like, they're, you got to get to know somebody before you know them. But online, you guys only get to see, like, 1/4 or, like, half of who we are. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like me, you'll know who I am within 20 minutes of listening to me. You know what I'm saying? But, like, most people, you only really see, like, a half of who they is. And so what'll happen is, like, if you have a big following online, people will just make up what the other half is. They'll just make it up. And the juiciest story, they'll run with it. That's just doing anything popular. Like, you know what I'm saying? I listened to this one real big celebrity. He's like, yo, you know, regardless of if you do everything right or everything wrong, you do everything right or everything wrong, people are still going to say something about it. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that at the end of the day, regardless of what you do, you make sure you're happy with your decisions. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're happy with what you did, that's all that matters. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, this freaking chick, man. You know what I'm saying? So she hits me up. I get home. I open up a bag of hot Cheetos. I'm getting ready to have a great night. I got hot Cheetos. I got anime. I got everything that I needed to have a great freaking night, right? And right as I get to my third hot Cheeto, the phone rings. It's her. I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? So I pick up the phone. You know, I'm talking to her and whatnot. And she's just like, yo, you know, hey, so, you know, I had a great time with you today. And I'm like, oh, I had a great time with you today, too. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, yeah, you know, like, we should hang out again. And I'm like, yeah, we can hang out again, blah, blah, blah. And so I shit you not, right? This is what she says to me. She's like, yo, so just to let you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so remember when we were in the car and, you know, we were watching Amazon Prime and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I reached up and grabbed your face halfway through watching the episode of Amazon, and I grabbed the sides of your face and begged for you to, like, oh, please, God, don't take advantage of me. Like, that's what she says. And I'm like, and I don't want to relive that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was still trying to figure out what I possibly could have done that could have got me there with that response. I'm just like, what? I couldn't think of anything. And I didn't want to just cop out and be like, this chick is just fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So tell me why Yeah, of course. So tell me why when she says this, you know what I'm saying? Mm, yeah, that's wild. All right, y'all. Yo, if you guys want to listen to the rest of the story, make sure to go on to my reaction channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to turn this mug off so I can get some battery charge off of it. You know what I mean? For real, for real. I'll leave it on a little bit longer so you guys can head over there if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hear the rest of the story. All right, so with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, like, I kind of, I don't want no parts of that. Like a chick who's gonna say something like that. I don't know. That's not really my first option of chick to go with. So, so what she says to me, she says this. She's like, yo, so remember when I asked you to stop and like to not to take advantage of me and oh my God, like please stop. And I was like, yeah, yeah, we stopped. So like what happened? She's like, yeah, but why did you stop? I wish I was joking. That a chick could look me in the face and tell me something like that. I was blown away. And that's when I realized. I was like, so wait a minute. This was a fetish. And she's like, yeah, it's my kink. It's my I'm like, yo, come on, bro. You can't surprise somebody with something like that, bro. You can't surprise somebody with that, bro. Females gotta be stopped. Females have gotta be stopped, bro. Females have got to be stopped, bro. She looked me, bro. She said to me, she's like, yeah, remember when we were in the car and I asked you to stop? I screamed for you to stop? Yeah, why did you? Come again? Nigga. That's what it's like to date as a guy, guys. That's what it's like to date as a man. You know what I'm saying? Ladies be talking about they have it harder in dating. Good luck. I would love to see women survive dating as a guy. You wouldn't. Women cannot survive dating as men. They literally did a study. The person didn't make it. There was a chick who transitioned to being a guy, looked just like a guy, but was a girl. She transitioned and she started dating like a guy. And within 6 months, she just opted out of the entire game of life. Just opted out completely. She said she never felt so alone or all of that other stuff. Like she didn't understand how dudes could live like this. Like how, because every date she went on, every female tried to accuse her of fuck shit on the date. And that's normal for guys. Super normal. Super normal. You know what I mean? Most dudes is in the dating game, we understand. When I go in there, she's going to try some goofy shit. She's going to try to blame me for some shit I ain't had nothing to do with. She's going to try to lie on me about some stupid shit. She's going to bring up some goofy shit that make me look bad. She's going to bring out some stupid shit that makes herself cry. She's going to bring, bro, is it, you know what I mean? Like, is it, like, as a dude, like, bro, nigga, my nigga said facts. Big facts, nigga. Everybody saying facts. Big facts, nigga. I didn't know so many of you guys dated. I didn't know that so many of you guys were in the dating game. Like, I was under the impression that people, like, a lot of you guys did not ever go on dates. Y'all just have your hobbies, y'all have the stuff y'all love, and y'all stick to that. And y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I didn't know so many of you guys understood this stuff. Bro, dude, man, you know what I mean? It's to the point. It is to the point where I've dated so much, especially when I was younger. I dated so much. I don't believe anything a woman tells me anymore. I don't believe any of it. It almost seems like I put myself at a gross disadvantage believing anything a female tells me. Nigga. Yo, type of one in the chat, you know what I'm saying? If believing chicks, you feel like believing chicks is not the best way to go about life anymore. Type of two in the chat, if, you know what I'm saying, like, no, you just believe everything a woman tells you and it's just gonna go great. It's gonna go good at it. You can't. You just can't. Bro, case in point, I was dating this one girl for 7 years. 7 years, bros, right? I'm dating this girl for 7 years straight. And 7 years into us dating, like, she tells me, she's like, yo, you know, I was taken advantage of by this guy when I was younger. And I'm like, damn, I'm really sorry to hear that, yo. I felt so bad for her. I was like, oh my God, yo, that's terrifying. I'm sorry to hear that, yo. That's fucked up. No dude should do that. That's fucked up, right? But I changed the subject because I didn't want her to relive it. I didn't want to talk to her about it because I didn't want her to relive that traumatic situation. And she seemed like it was super traumatic, crazy, horrible stuff. I'm like, oh, that's awful. Awful that dude would do that to you, right? So then, baby girl is like, she tells me, so then 2 years go by, right? And then she goes back to the story and she tells me about it. She's like, yo, you know, I'm going to keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what happened. Like, it was a horrible, traumatic situation. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to her. Go ahead and tell me what happened. She's like, okay, so I used to hang out with this guy, you know, and like he invited me over to his house. I shit you not, this is exactly the way she explained it. I'm really trying not to laugh. I'm trying. Okay. So this is what she tells me. She's like, about to cry laughing, nigga. This, I swear to God. So she tells me, she's like, yo, you know, this guy invited me over his house to play video games. And when I get there, he took his pants off. He invited me into his room after I got to his house to play video games. He said we were only going to play video games, right? And we get into his room and I hear the door close. I turn around and he's got his pants off. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, she's like, oh, I'm just like, oh, that's awful. That's terrible. Oh God, what happened? And she's like, luckily nothing. Like I grabbed the door, I opened the door and ran for my life. I got out of there and, you know, I just, you know what I mean? And then she was like, yeah, he was so cute though. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean he was cute? And she was like, yeah, you know, he used to always pull his pants down in front of me at school, but he just said he was joking, so I just figured it was a joke. But he was super duper cute, so I went to his house, and for some reason he pulls his pants down once we're alone, and like that was very traumatic to me. I just don't know why he pulled his pants down. And I'm like, yo, Nick, yo, homie literally told you up front what the plan was. In public, at school, homie takes his pants off in front of everybody. What do you think he was gonna do when he gets you home and y'all is alone? I'm just like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's wild, bro. Because even as an adult, it looked like she didn't understand how she got herself into that. Ladies, if a guy takes his pants off and you guys are just like hanging out and he takes his pants off in public and says it's a joke, it was a prank, a joke, do not go to that man's house, ladies. Please. Like, don't go to his, ladies, I can guarantee you it's a trap. Don't. He's not trying to play video games with you, ladies. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Bruh, it's oh my God. Nigga. Please don't go, ladies. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's not, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, type of 1 in the chat if you guys can hear everything I'm saying. Type of 2 in the chat if you can't hear any of the audio. The audio is bad. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Be careful, ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. You said how about Yeah, I got both angles. You know what I'm saying? Yo. All right, so you guys, so what time is it where you guys are at currently? You know what I'm saying? It's 8:36 where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Low-key have a similar story. Bro, I'm telling y'all, man. You You know what I'm saying? Dating is hard work. Nigga. You know how hard work dating is? Type of one in the chat if dating is the hardest thing you've ever had happen to you. Type of two in the chat if dating is easy. Every female is who she says she is. Women ain't crazy. Nigga, dating is wild, bros. Dating is wild in the streets. Yo, what's up, Goku? What's up, Solomon? What's up, Sienna? 1 for understanding and 2 for dope audio. W's in the chat. Hey, thank you, Sienna Thomas. Appreciate the compliment, Brody. For real, for real. Bruh, my fiance's brother tried to beat my ass over some of the worst weed I've ever had in my life. I was finna get jumped till I told his homies he likes to get pegged by big women. How does that even happen, bro? Hey, W's in the chat for perfect self-defense there. Please, no, guys, look, no, please, look. If you're just before you jump me, just understand that he's been pegged and he likes it. Big girls too. Only big. See, he's a sicko, not me. Huh? That's way worse than whooping my ass, right? Look, he's with the shit. I know he's doing it. See, look, he's denying it. You know it's real, nigga. Yo, that's diabolical, bro. That's some thug life and shit I ever heard in my life, bro. That's some gangster shit. That is some gangster shit, I swear, bro. My hat's off to you, man. That's a crowd. That is thug life. My nigga said. Yo, and all of his homies was out to jump me, so I had to let him know that he gets pegged by big girls. Is the only defense. And it was impeccable. Because they started laughing at him so bad they couldn't even jump me no more. So, you know what I'm saying? It's survival of the fittest. And that nigga was looking a little out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So how did you find out that he liked to get that he was down with how did you find that out, Trash? You know what I mean? That homie was that homie was up to the knuckle. You know what I'm saying? No, Trash. You're going the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? We had you going the good way, right? Laughing with us. And you going the opposite right way. We pulled you out the fire, and his mom found a video of it. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. That's, good Lord. Video of it. A video of it is diabolical. That's rough stuff. You know what I mean? That is wild stuff. For real. Good Lord, man. Poor guy. Are these nunchucks? Absolutely not. These are for decoration only. You know what I'm saying? I do not know how to nunchucku. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Alright, so hold up. Wait, hold up. Chick blew up my phone. I told the chick, wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Chick blew up my phone. I took the chick. Wait, hold up. Big bag. Alright, y'all. Let's see. Alright, y'all. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? Don't. So how did his family find out? Like, how did you find out? Who told you that the video existed? That's messed up. That's not okay. Damn. Homie was into, that's terrifying, bro. Girl locked me in a bathroom. Oh, damn, you got taken advantage of. Yeah, the video is wild, bro. Video is wild. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. Thank you for the compliment. That is insanity that his oh, okay, hold on now. Let me help y'all out. Hold up now. Mm, 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 mm. Yo, his mom ratted on him to the whole fam. You serious? Once his mom figured out, she let everyone. Come on, that's not that's not good parenting skills. That's fucked up. That's diabolical. Yo, man, bruh. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's a rough way to go. So, yo, so did he ever end up getting beat up by those dudes? Like, how did it end up going for him? Like, did he, damn, I still can't believe Diddy got off. I really can't. I swore to God they was gonna get this nigga 100 million years. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. For real, for real. Bruh. Yep, his people was a snitching on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm right as rain, bros. Thank you for the well wishes. Yeah, bro. Hey, look, what's really messed up about the whole Sean Puffy Combs thing is, it's good that Sean Puffy Combs doesn't go to jail for what he, you know what I mean, for like sex trafficking and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the same type of crap that women try to lie on every guy about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's trafficking me. Hell, give me a Range Rover. Give me some money. Give me $2,000. No, he's trafficking me. I was trafficked. Oh shit! Like it's like the new thing nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's gonna be a lot less likely that women can just lie on men in order to extort them, you know, for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like that seems to be the whole new scam of today. Oh, I'm gonna date this dude, go out with him, and if I find out that he's a somebody, then I'm gonna make an allegation if he doesn't buy me a car. Pay my car note. No? Oh, well, I don't remember saying yes. I don't remember agreeing to take off my. Yeah, I took it off, but that doesn't mean it was consensual. Yeah, yes, I said yes. That doesn't mean yes, though. Nigga. Nigga. For real, for real. That's wild, QZ. That's cool that you were that type of person, man. That's wild. Huh? Jada King. Way too much of it actually going on. I feel like there's way more lies than it is real. Yeah, I'm saying honestly, like I don't feel any type of remorse for, you know, like any of that type of stuff. Cause so many females lie about it that it completely ruins any legitimate claim. That's it. Yo, we be trying. We as dudes, we try to believe women. We do. We try hard. You know what I'm saying? I've almost lost my life 3 times trying to protect women, only to find out that they were lying about everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's after that happens enough times, as dudes, our survival instincts kick in, and we're like, it's literally ruining my chances of surviving as a human being, believing the stuff that like just anyone says. My homeboy, the same thing happened to him. So get this, my homeboy, one of my homeboy's girlfriends is like super famous, right? Well, my homeboy is super famous, right? You know what I mean? He has like a bunch of millions of people online and shit, you know what I'm saying? Big community. With that being said, he has a girlfriend who's like an OnlyFans type of chick, right? So the OnlyFans chick is hanging out with one of my roommates, right? They're hanging out, they're just going places, having a good time, they're hanging out, right? And one day, the OnlyFans chick that's dating my famous best friend is like, yo, you know, she says to my roommate, she's like, yo, he hits me. he beats the shit out of me. He just beats me. He hits me, he beats me. My boyfriend beats me. And there's a famous dude, right? Jonathan Majors type famous, right? She's like, yo, he beats me, he hits me, he does all this horrible stuff to me, and I don't know who to tell, and I don't know what to do, and he just beats me, and it's just terrible, and I'm being beaten, and just beaten, and he just beats it. And what's even worse is this dude is not only is he like 7 feet tall, but he's a martial artist too. Like a really good one, you know? Not gonna say what he's astute in, but he's a martial artist. So the woman's just like, yeah, and she tells that to the roommate, and then she calls her friend and tells the friend in front of the roommate. So the roommate, my roommate, thought it was real. Thought it was all real. So, but she tells my roommate, yo, look, you can't tell anyone. Okay, you can't tell anyone. It's just information for just you. Don't tell anyone. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, America? Yeah. Yeah, my mods, they don't do spamming. You know what I'm saying? Is that a yo-yo? Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Yeah, you just got your first apartment. That's what's up, bros. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, what's up, Angelina? Yo, I like how patient you are, Angelina. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You remind me of one of my college friends. I can only imagine what grade of college you're in. All right, so with that being said, right, my roommate gets completely gaslit, told, oh, yo, he's beating the crap out of me, but don't tell anybody because, you know, it's a secret, right? My roommate, figuring it's a serious thing, tells everyone, yo, your girl told me in confidence that, you know, the homie is beating the crap out of her. So everyone goes to the homie and is like, yo, that's messing what's going on. And then they all bring her up. Right? They call her, have her come through to tell the truth. And she's like, yo, I was just playing. I don't know why you took that seriously when I told you he beats the crap out of me. So, AKA, she was only saying that to turn people against him, to get people on her side. Ta-da! Waka, waka, waka. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that? Like, you know what I mean? Dudes think they be wanting a bunch of females. You don't. So she was literally only saying that just to turn people against him so that she would have people that would believe her. So to get them to believe her. Because when someone says something sick, disgusting, like, oh, you know, he's beating the crap out of a chick, or, you know, he does horrible, terrible crap, people just believe it because it's so messed up. Who would lie about that? But, you know, that's just just something to let y'all know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, come on in. Yo, that's what's up. Appreciate you, bros. Chill.
There's some more downstairs.
Hell yeah. Most definitely. Bro, we got eats, man. Oh my God, this looks good. Oh, that's eats. Way hotter than it looks like it is. You know what I mean? So we got barbecue chicken, you know what I'm saying? And rice. Yo. Play Freebird. I have never heard of that game. Understandable. That's understandable that you guys are, you know, picky about who you guys keep around you and whatnot. You almost got beat by 2 of your exes? What happened, Goku? Shoot, tell me what happened. What happened, man? I want to hear that story. For real. Yo, W's in the chat. To Valky. Thank you for the 5 in super chat, Brody. Yo. Do I have any more stories about the casino resort you worked at? Yes, I do. Hot damn almighty, yes, I do. W's in the chat, to Valky. All right, yo, we about to tell some more stories times. If you guys do want to super chat your boy, the easiest way is directly through my tip jar, which is pinned in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm about to get ready. We're about to tell y'all some stories, but we're going to eat at the same time. You know what I mean? I got a ton of stories about the casino I worked at. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So, one of the craziest stories I have about the casino I worked at was the fact that, okay, so one day this guy comes in, right? This guy comes into the casino and he's like, he don't have no money, but like he's there to gamble. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Understandable. All right, hold up, y'all. Give me a second. That is low. Oh shit, that's better. Good Lord. Hold on. I'm about to go get the other thing. Give me a second. So with that being said, this guy, he comes into my casino, right? And when he comes into the casino, he doesn't really have a bunch of money on him. He has maybe like, 20, 30 bucks on him. You know what I'm saying? He has like 20, 30 bucks. You feel me? So the guy comes to the casino. He's only got 20, 30 bucks to work with. You feel me? When he gets to the casino, he's just like, yo, I'm going to play anything. Like, what can I afford? He starts playing blackjack. Now when he starts playing blackjack, he quickly loses all of his money. He had like 25 bucks with him. He loses all of his money. After he loses all of his money, the pit bosses, they give him like a free $50 comp for him to play more, for him to play more gambling, right? So he takes that free $50 in chips that the casino gives him, and he goes on the most monstrous freaking run I've ever seen any human being go on. I'm talking about the tables were crowded. That's how much money this dude was winning. He ended up running up half a fucking ticket. $500,000. Half a million freaking dollars, bro. And when he wins all the money, everybody is all over him. They're like, yo, what happened? He just kept doubling and doubling and doubling in blackjack. I've never seen anybody win so much freaking money so freaking fast. So, with that being said, after he wins the money, he goes and he starts playing poker, right? He starts playing poker. He's got $500,000 freaking dollars on him. He gets a room at the hotel, and then he goes and starts like playing poker. And within the span of the next 3 or 4 days, he completely Bruno Marses all the money, right? He gambles all of it back. He loses all of it. So with that being the case, he's still playing poker. He's playing poker for large amounts of money or whatever. And girls are walking up to him to talk to him, to like hang out with him, because this guy is a big deal now. He won $500,000 in front of every freaking body. So once he wins $500,000, he takes 50 grand of it, keeps that on him to play more poker and more gambling and stuff to win more. Then he goes and he puts the rest of the money inside of his room in the hotel that he got, right? Now, he comes back downstairs and he's like, yo, I'm about to make some more money. He's playing poker. He's playing backgammon. He's playing a bunch of gambling games. While he's playing poker, this attractive white woman walks up on him and sits down next to him and starts like, telling him that she's attracted to him, right? Guys, if you win a ton of money in front of everybody and a woman walks up on you in the casino and hits on you, it's a prostitute female, guys. It's usually a woman selling stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it just seems like, oh my God, this is going so good, she just likes me so much, she's selling things. She's a saleswoman. She's selling things. So with that being said, you know what I mean? W's in the chat. W's in the chat to Valky. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to Valky's, bruh. For real, for real. All right, so this story is for you, Valky. Hey, yo, Valky, what video did you first watch of mine? I could only imagine what video you first watched of mine that had you freaking, that had you jumping on the, that had you like, subscribing to my channel and checking me out. Yo, you said you just got on long Dead by Daylight. All right, cool. I'm starting the games up. You know what I'm saying? Starting up might take a minute to start because I still got to make a thumbnail and everything. Let's see. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? The girl walks up to him. She starts talking about how much she likes his vibe and how much she likes him, starts giving him compliments. And, you know, he gets his nose all wide open. He starts believing everything she's saying. You know what I'm saying? So tell me why. Baby girl, she convinces him that she likes him enough. So she's sitting next to him. She acts like she's his girlfriend. It's very easy for a female to get any guy she wants, even if she's not really that attractive. It's not hard for women. Power to P to the U to the S. That's why, baby. So with that being said, yeah, I'm saying they you know, after they get done playing poker, after he gets done playing poker, losing a bunch of more money, he decides to go back upstairs with her, right? He takes her upstairs and they go upstairs to, you know, like hang out, to connect better, to watch some Amazon Prime or Netflix. You feel me? So they get upstairs. He cracks open a big bottle of wine. They pour up some wine in some glasses. You know what I'm saying? She pours him a whole bunch of wine. He starts knocking back the wine. He drinks like 3 freaking shots of the wine and shit. And then he wakes up face first in the jacuzzi. Face first in the jacuzzi. Like nearly drowned, but he's alive, right? He wakes up in the jacuzzi, and it turns out the woman had put some Bill Cosby in his drink. Yeah, I mean, she had Bill Cosby, and she put Bill Cosby in his drink. And so when he woke up, like it took him like an hour and a half to come to, because, you know, like roofies, it messes with your cognitive senses, it messes with your brain. So when he finally comes to, he's like, oh shit. He runs, you know, he picks up the phone, he tries to call her. She's blocked him, like, of course, he's robbed. So he goes to his safe, opens up his safe where the rest of his $450,000 was at. $450,000, half a ticket was in that mug. It's all gone. All gone. Everything. All of it gone. So now, you know what I mean, he's freaking out. He's trying to figure out what can he do, like what's going on, what's going on. It's all gone. All the money is gone. You know what I'm saying? And the girl gets away. She gets all of his money, and he spent the rest of his life, I'm talking about up till now, trying to replicate that type of success. He's like spent the rest of his life gambling everything he makes away at the freaking casino, trying to make more money. And the casino don't work like that. The casino is not built on winners. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend all your time at the casino unless you're willing to run your pockets, because that's pretty much all it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Homie was moving flimsy. You know? But yep, homie was moving way too flimsy. You know what I mean? Way too flimsy. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like he got robbed. You know what I'm saying? I used to professionally play poker. I played poker professionally probably for about a good 5-6 years. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hey, that's what's up, Aiden. You got good energy, bros. Yo, hope you guys all had a great day today, man. You guys got hella good energy. What? How did I find you again? It be like that, bros. Yeah, I'm glad you found me again, man. You know what I mean? For real, for real. There's a skill to gambling, but I would say don't do it too much. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Don't try to, you know, I wouldn't say gambling for a living don't gamble for a living unless, you know, you read a lot of books, practice a lot, and don't play games that don't have a good chance of winning. Yo, this dinner does look yummy. I just watched a story time called The Legend of Lightning Hands. Yeah. The Legend of Lightning Hands is a crowd, bro. Yo, appreciate you guys, man. You guys got hella good energy, bro. This food is really good. Understandable time. Been watching since How to Make Outlast Not Scary. Yo, all right, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys want me to show you guys the Outlast music video that I just got done with. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want me to just keep eating my food and telling stories. You know what I'm saying? But type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to see the new Outlast music video that I just got done with. You know what I'm saying? 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the stories instead. Understandable, Valky. Yo, what's up, Valky? What's up, Apex? What's up, Tom? Yo, what's up, Certified? What's up, Official? All right, y'all. We gonna listen to some stories. So type 3 in the chat if you guys heard about what's going on with Ty. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story of what's going on with Tyler Perry and how he's getting sued for $260 million. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to hear the story about how NBA YoungBoy is back in jail again. You know what I'm saying? He was impersonating a pharmacy tech. And the story is way crazier than you would think. You want the chat? No. Yep, NBA stay in jail. For real. All right, y'all. Got you guys coming up fresh. Danger isn't always. And the person that's going to tell you guys this story is the one person that's better at telling stories than I am. All right, so let's see. Zebby, Tyler Perry. Yeah, these Tyler Perry accusations is wild. It's bad. All right, y'all, so here it is.
So Tyler Perry is getting sued. Now, before we get into the details of why he's being sued, I want to give you a little bit of boom. So Tyler Perry had a problem. Now, first things first, if you don't know Tyler Perry, you know Tyler Perry. Very famous entertainment executive. He did the Madea movies. Anyway, meet Derek Dixon, a man who's suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. Now, he's suing Tyler Perry for something called quid pro quo. Listen closely. Quid pro quo basically means if you do something for me,
understandable,
I do something for you. But see, a lot of times it's not that simple because there's an unspoken flip side. If you don't do this something for me, who knows what's going to happen to you? Now,
I haven't gotten to see the new Jurassic Park movie just yet. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys seen the new Jurassic Park movie. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys have never seen the new Jurassic Park movie. You know what I mean?
Let's get a little deeper into the story. Now, this is all alleged, so pretend I'm saying alleged in front of anything. Okay, so Derek Dixon said, look, he's working at a party, right, as event staff. Tyler Perry's at that party. He said, oh, who that? He goes up to Derek Dixon and says, hey, you want to be in some movies and stuff? Derek Dixon said, oh man, this is my big break. Tyler Perry must see something in me. Now, thing is, to the public, Tyler Perry is known as a really nice guy. So Derek Dixon is just automatically assuming that. So Tyler starts texting him like, hey bro, like you good? Like what's going on? Derek said, what's going on with me, man? I just be chilling. Tyler Perry said, chilling in your new car. Look outside. Derek looks outside. Derek got a new car, courtesy of Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry said, matter of fact, you trying to act, right? Derek said, yeah. Tyler Perry said, come on my new show. Derek said, man, this dude is locked in. And suddenly, Tyler Perry started texting a little weird. Like sending a bunch of texts.
All right, so I'm starting up the
like, damn, slow down, bro.
I'm starting up the Dead by Daylight. You know what I mean?
Inappropriate. Derek said, okay, let me just ignore this. It's all gonna go away. Tyler said, hey, come to the crib. Derek said, what? Tyler said, what? You work as event staff, right? Derek said, yeah. Tyler said, yeah, come to the crib as event staff, bro. I'm not, come as event staff. So Derek comes to the crib. Everybody drinking, everybody having a good time. Derek drinking. Everybody leaves. Derek about to leave. Tyler says, no, you've been drinking. Derek says, yeah, that's true. Tyler says, you could just stay at my guest room. You good. So Derek goes into the guest room. He don't got no pajamas, so he wears his underclothes, goes to sleep. Somebody climbs in the bed next to him. Hello, it's Tyler Perry. And you ain't heard me say it started to get wicked yet. We just getting started. Tyler Perry started grabbing on bro. Derek gets up. He said, yo, chill out, man. I don't really do that. I don't do that. Tyler said, oh, my fault. Derek said, all right, bro. Tyler said, all right, bro, I'm gonna catch you. Tyler leaves. Tyler then texts Derek. It's the next day. Tyler says, look, bro, I got a new show for you. Now, here's where the stakes get raised. Right now, Derek has got a small part in one of Tyler's smaller shows. After this incident happens, Tyler says, look, I got a bigger show for you in a bigger show. Derek says, all right, I'll do it. So Derek Dixon gets a part on Tyler Perry's show called The Oval. The whole time, Tyler Perry's still texting him, saying, see, if my friends do stuff for me, I do stuff for them. Quid pro quo. Remember that. Now let's look at the flip side of quid pro quo. At the end of the season, Derek Dixon's character, who, side note, is a professional Netflix watcher who would do anything for money, that's his character. His character gets, right? Derek says, yo, Tyler, my character's just gone like that. Tyler says, well, he's not gone just yet. Who knows? Next season he could come back.
If a woman was mad at me and she fixed me something, would I eat it?
For people that do stuff.
I don't know.
Mind you, whole time Tyler Perry is texting Derek very inappropriate things. So Derek knew what he wanted. Derek said, Tyler, you tripping? Watch out. Tyler said, oh, perhaps I said too much. What if I give you another show, Derek? See, Derek had a show idea that he wanted produced. Tyler Perry said, I could do that for you. Come to my house and we can discuss the finer details. And here's where things start to get wicked. Derek pulls up to Tyler Perry's crib. Tyler Perry said, okay, let's talk about us. Derek said, now let's talk about the show. You bugging. But Derek is saying this in a nice way, not my aggressive ass tone. Tyler's like, bro, come on. Like, why you always trying to talk about show stuff? Derek says, you know what? It's getting late. Tyler says, all right, you're right. You can stay in the guest room again. Tyler Perry then suddenly grabs Derek and starts pulling things off, getting very aggressive. Derek says, no, chill. Tyler keeps going. Derek says, you know what, damn, I'm too hungry. Tyler says, all right, we can get some food. Tyler and Derek eat. Derek rushes to the guest room, tries to lock the door, but there's no lock. So Derek goes into the bathroom and locks the door. Derek goes home. Derek starts messing with him like, damn, we gotta relive last night. Derek goes home. Tyler, at this point, damn, I messed up. So people start messaging with Derek saying, ooh, you just got a raise, man. You got a raise. Your character coming back. We paying you so much more. Derek not responding. Tyler then says to Derek, look, I just started talking on your new show. The new show is getting picked up. You want to start it or not? Derek says, damn, yeah, I do want to start the show. So he starts messaging Tyler back. Derek says his plan was to start the show, make the show get super popular, have enough power, so then he could snitch on Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry never starts the show though. Derek is still playing his character in Tyler Perry's show, The Oval. He keeps asking Tyler, dude, when's my show starting? Tyler's avoiding the subject, the whole time he's still being very inappropriate towards Derek. Eventually Tyler says, look, Netflix not starting your show. So Derek says, okay, cool. I'm sorry. And here we are today. Now, usually how these things go is a battle of public opinion. What you think matters a lot. If you don't like Tyler Perry, then stop watching his shows. Tyler Perry loses a lot of money. So Derek and his lawyers released text messages of Tyler Perry basically supporting Derek's claim. Tyler Perry looks very aggressive. Tyler Perry's response to all this is a scam. Tyler Perry basically saying, I'm rich, Derek knows I'm rich, Derek wants my money. So depending on what everybody thinks, if everybody's thinking, no, Tyler Perry did it, then Tyler Perry might settle with Derek and his lawyers.
Hey, yo, Jonathan the Gamer, you said you were logging in. Are you logged in?
How much evidence that Derek has, they might take it to trial, they might take a settlement. Who knows? We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Was he role playing Medea?
Tyler Perry. But again, we wait, we see.
Maybe. That's diabolical. But yeah, that's diabolical right there, man. Like, I can't imagine something like that happening, bro. But believe it or not, like a lot of those Hollywood people, bro, a lot of them, bro, I swear to God, that's a lot of that is how they operate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, I was like, you know, wilding. Straight up wilding. You got to tell them no. You got to. For real, for real. Sending all the love in the world to BHD. Understandable, Sienna Thomas, man. You got good taste. Appreciate you. You guys got hella good energy. Yo, I appreciate the compliment. For real, for real. He's like, pound for pound, one of the strongest fighters of his time in his heyday. Thank you. For real, for real. Hey, what's up, young Polo? I mean, you would think so. Any Hollywood stories? I got a bunch of Hollywood stories. I got a bunch of real crazy ones, too. I'll tell you guys what. If we reach the next Super Chat milestone, which is 50 in Super Chat, I'll tell you guys a crazy Hollywood story, bro. Crazy. Bruh. Hey, what's up, Latrice? Yo, what's good, Isaac? You got a bunch of Hollywood stories, and it's all cap. Well, if that's the case, then I should make the Super Chat milestone $10 million then. Hey, yo, type a 1 in the chat if once we reach the Super Chat milestone, you guys don't want me to tell you the crazy Hollywood story because it's all cap. Type a 2 in the chat if once we reach the Super Chat milestone, which is 50 in Super Chat, you guys want me to tell you the crazy story. It's up to you guys. Crazy story like King Bomb. For real, for real. Yeah, yeah. But I live near Hollywood? I don't. I just get invited to the stuff. You know what I mean? For real, for real. That's what's up. Hey, what's up, J-Rock? Yo. All right, you guys. Yo, appreciate the compliment, bros. For real, for real. Yo, I live in Las Vegas, J-Rock. Yo. I can only imagine where you guys live at. I feel like a lot of you guys are in like Cali. All right, yo. See y'all later. You're the most normal person on lives right now? I believe it. Weirdly enough, I believe it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I be going into other people's lives. Like, some of them be cool and stuff, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people who are really, really cool on live. You know what I mean? But, like, I haven't run into anybody that really tells stories, honestly. I'm not running into anybody that told any, like, good stories. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. I'll see you guys later, yo. Yeah.